Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic day as always. And Need for Speed Unbound is finally out. It's been, what, 3 years since Need for Speed Heat, and I've been really enjoying the game. I've been streaming a lot of the game over on my YouTube channel, my stream YouTube channel, Craptastic Jack Live, link below in the description. And of course, we have a lot of Unbound content coming to this channel as well, so be sure to subscribe as well if you want to see more Need for Speed Unbound content. But today, we're going to be talking about the cop chases. Now, you all know me, I'm a huge fan of police chases in Need for Speed games, racing games in general. I'm a big stickler for that, and I can say Need for Speed Unbound has some fantastic and frankly frightening cop chases, which I'm extremely happy about. I mean, I love the gameplay loop of Need for Speed Unbound, and part of it is escaping the cops and, you know, kind of balancing the type of races that you want to do, maxing out the amount of money you want to make while kind of managing your heat. And it got to the point the other night where I ended up with a level 5 heat after doing a high heat event in my Plymouth Barracuda. Basically, if you have high heat and you do an event in Need for Speed Unbound, the cops actually get dispatched to like the end of the race, so you'll just get swarmed with a bunch of cops. I was actually thankfully underneath a tunnel, so the police helicopter that got dispatched to the city, to the part of the city where I was, it couldn't spot me, but they also started sending ground units, and ground units just started converging on my location, and I ended up getting spotted, and that led to frankly frightening heat level 5 chase with SWAT trucks and Corvette cop cars. At heat level 5, you get police choppers, SWAT trucks like the Ford F-150 Raptors, and they're absolutely insane. They will brutalize you. Thankfully, the damage in this game is not as anywhere near as inconsistent as Need for Speed Heat. It feels quite fair. When I'm getting smacked around, and I kind of deserve the damage that I'm taking. I'll hit small walls and it doesn't take half my health, and battling the cops, like trying to take them out, not necessarily with the SWAT truck, but with other units is actually a viable option now, unlike Heat where it would take half your health. And also, thankfully, the game looks absolutely fantastic. The game looks stunning. So I can just see myself here driving underneath a Lower Wacker Drive with a ton of cop cars chasing me on both levels. We saw some undercover cops there. We saw some, I guess you could say, like the SWAT trucks. And I'm just trying to make my mistake. They're setting up roadblocks. They're setting up spike strips. And, you know, it's 3 in the morning for me. So I'm also like kind of tunnel visioning a little. It's an absolutely frightening experience. And it's very frightening by the fact that you don't necessarily know the map yet. I'm still at that stage where I don't know the map like the back of my hand, like Need for Speed Heat, like Palm City. So I'm kind of like driving around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to figure out where do I go? And cops don't instantly die when you take jumps now. So jumping is not, finding the nearest jump is not always the most viable option. Another thing I absolutely love about the police chase system is they actually brought back the reinforcements meter. So if you're not able to shake the cops for long enough, even more spawn in, which is basically how the system worked back in Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005 and Need for Speed Carbon. And eventually I do manage to escape them, but the escape meter is very, very long. So unfortunately, I did get spotted again. I had to take some more evasive maneuvers. But I did eventually escape, and probably had to take a shower, and then I had to go and take a shower because I'm sweaty as hell. But yeah, overall, I am absolutely loving the cop chases here in Need for Speed Unbound. In my opinion, they're an improvement over Need for Speed Heat, where Need for Speed Heat would just send you like tons and tons and tons of cops after you. You're not going to have as many cops chasing after you a lot of the time, but they are a little smarter and they can keep on you more and more. They're very dangerous in Unbound, especially if you're in a B-class car like the Plymouth Barracuda that I'm driving. But in Need for Speed Heat, it's not as deadly in the sense that like the damage model's fixed in Unbound, so you're not going to have that same issue. The cops are more fun to run from in Unbound, despite their presentation and despite them being a little easy at the start. But that's gonna sum it up here for me. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I'm absolutely digging the cops in this game, and I'm having a lot of fun playing Need for Speed Unbound. And Need for Speed Unbound, the story is actually really long. I swear the prologue's actually longer than Heat's main story, which kind of just speaks volumes to just how short Need for Speed Heat was. I can't wait to make more content on this game, hopefully with some friends soon as well, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Also, be sure to follow the live stream channel down below in the description, and also I'm going to be posting some raw gameplay, raw Heat level 5 gameplay on that second channel as well. But that's it for me tonight. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I will see you all later. Have a good night, everyone.